hush money, that is our creed. We're all for family values like lust and greed. It takes hard work and hypocrisy to go back to 1953 with Bibles and hush money, yes indeed. Trump signing Bibles in Alabama caused some liberal howls. At least he didn't throw them like he did those paper towels. Though people usually sign books that they wrote to keep it real, Trump wrote as much of the Bible as he did the art of the deal. Bibles and hush money, Trump signs the best. And if you ask real nicely, he'll sign your chest. To get a few more far-right judges, who cares how much truth Trump fudges? But Bibles and hush money both are blessed. Trump may not know his two front teeth from 2 Corinthians, but he sure has first-hand knowledge of all 7 deadly sins. He supports traditional marriage, which is in between a man, his wife, 2 porn stars, and a model who's 15. Bibles and hush money, Trump's acolytes don't need to be consistent, we pick our fights. We don't mind his fornicating, the gay sex lives need regulating, along with women's reproductive rights. Trump understands religion and the faith which it demands. His favorite part of praying is the laying on of hands. In fact, the only difference between God and Donald Trump is that God doesn't think she's Donald Trump. Bibles and hush money, sure we used to say we wanted moral leaders, but not today. So don't ask what would Jesus do. He was a socialist and a Jew. But Bibles and hush money are okay. We'll lose our scruples to defend a rapidly right-wing agenda, which makes us feel as sunny as a Playboy bunny. To Bibles and hush money, let us pray.
Let us pray, baby.
Amen.
Praise the Lord and pass the plate. Man, I'm telling y'all. How y'all doing tonight, family? It is Tuesday, baby. It's time for a little family meeting. I'm sorry I messed up. Didn't do my job on Monday. I made up for it today. I hope you got to see today's rant. I don't like missing a day, and when I do, y'all know me, I'm going to try to make it up one way or the other. Monday, the body just did not want to cooperate with me, and it still doesn't. Got a doctor's appointment. I'm lucky got in Thursday. So Thursday, I'm going to head to the doctor, get some more shots put in my shoulders. I'm going to tell them hit both barrels, baby. Get this stuff done because my joints ain't working too good. Anyway, Janda Shedler, I seen you come in, darling. I wanted to say hi to you. I did see the pictures of Luke's trip to Washington, D.C., and Luke gave a little salute there when he went by the White House there, but Luke had a field trip to Washington, D.C., and he had lots of pictures. So, Janda, I enjoyed that. Tell Lindsay we said hello, too. And anyway, Richard Anderson, buddy, I seen you in there having some little friendship issues, I guess, buddy. When you open your mouth like we do, when you speak the truth, there's going to be some people that just get pissed off at that shit. Let it roll off. That's the best advice I can give you. It is the advice that was given to me and reminded here lately. Just let that shit roll off, buddy. You're in good company in this family, and we love you. So anyway, Randy Peterson, I see you're in there, bub. I'm sorry for the reason that you had to go to California, buddy, but we're glad you're coming back and smoothing things out. Glad the visit went well and all that, but nobody likes to go to that. Grim, you're in there. I seen Oddly Wired in there come in. Anyway, Monica Burns is in there. We always appreciate her being in here. And anyway, hey, there's Jen Morgan. Jen Morgan's in there. Mm-hmm. She's one of our moderators, people. And Kathy Larkin. So anyway, a whole bunch of our families here, and we're all glad that we're here, and Donnie's over there. Now, I'm sure we might have a few people from the UK in the house tonight, but baby, it's been all over the news. It's all everybody can talk about. It is all this crap going on over here. And I did notice, and everybody else noticed too, that he took the whole freaking family. Everybody gets to go on a road trip, baby. it's our dime, man. It's a road trip for them. They're not paying for it. We are. So yes, sir. Everybody get in the clown car. Let's all go, and that's what they did. And I swear, it's almost pitiful that the Queen and the royal family are so gracious in their treatment of them, which is what they should do. It's a state visit, but man, don't you know it just I don't know, chaps their ass to have to put up with his butt. But I seen the blimp over there, and they got a new float with Donnie on the toilet with his little Twitter phone going, and that's what they think of our president. Ain't you proud? Aren't you just proud of your president when he goes someplace like that and just exudes bullshit? Yeah, that's what he exudes. It's sad to watch, but hey, that don't stop Donnie. He was pissing on everybody's leg before he even got over there with his little Twitter rants and stuff. But that's what we've got today, baby. That's what our government is working on. Besides all the bullshit they're pulling now, Hope Hicks, and Annie Dickerson or something like that. She's the other one. They got subpoenas from Nadler, and Donnie's told them, don't worry about it. Don't pay any attention to it. I was on Bob Kincaid's show the other day, and on Friday on the front porch we were discussing the reason for the need for impeachment, which I believe is coming, and I like the way that Bob put it. He said, John, they want us to pull the trigger before we get the gun loaded, and I have to admit, it seems like that's what they want us to do, is go ahead and go for the impeachment before we have all the information, because if we show up with impeachment with no information, well, it'll look better on Donnie's side. But that's what this is all about, the subpoenas that we're fighting. And I understand the Department of Justice is now trying to make some kind of squirmy ass deal with the Justice Committee with Nadler for the subpoena and the contempt that they have on Barr. And Barr's saying, well, we'll give you some of what we got. We'll let you have a little piece of if you drop the damn, I just said it, contempt issue. And I think they ought to, the Democrats ought to tell him to shove it up his butt, that we're not going to piecemeal this crap out. You give us what the subpoena asked for, and then you don't get held in contempt. That's the only deal I see. But they're going to try to mealy-mouth around and give you a little bit at a time so they can delay this shit out just as long as they can, and that's the big plan. But I hope we don't fall for that shit. We need to demand the information that we want. We want the full Mueller report. They have a right to see it, unredacted with all the supporting information, and that's what we need to get. Anything less than that, we'd be capitulating, and I don't want to do that shit. We have the power in the House, and we need to exercise that power, but we need to do it wisely. So, yep, well, let's start pouring the powder into the barrel and get the wadding down so we can pack it in there, baby, because that's the information. And then we'll load that sucker up and pull it for impeachment, baby. Anyway, how's everybody doing this evening? I hope all doing fine. We got anybody with us this evening?
Yeah.
We got anybody that's going to visit?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you there, Sparky?
Yeah, we got all of our moderators in the house. So we got Jen Morgan, Dennis Valadez, and Sparky. How y'all doing
I'm
today?
watching All In at the same time. It's talking about what Trump said today about the crowd.
Oh, that there was a little tiny crowd. He saw a little bit, but not very much.
No, he said there was big crowd.
Oh, big crowds for him. But
yeah.
He said there was big crowds for him waving the American flag and y'all's flag. That's what he said. But he didn't see hardly any protesters.
I was showing protests. They're showing pictures of protests. Say no to Trump. Hate is not my cup of tea. And then they're showing him going down the street in his van. There's hardly anybody there. Remember that picture I did earlier?
I saw
There's
that.
hardly anybody on that street.
Yeah, there's not that many people out there waving hallelujah. How you doing? No. And yeah, all you have to do is look at the news to see the size of the protest over there. It's I'm quite proud of them people. They get creative over there, I'm telling you. Did you see the float with him sitting on the toilet?
Yeah, they're showing that right now.
Yep, there you go. There you go. That's what they think of our president.
Bob had a deal earlier on his show
Did he?
talking about somebody stabbed the balloon.
Yes. Somebody run up there and then stabbed the balloon and tried to deflate it and all that stuff. They nabbed him. I think it was a woman. I think.
Yeah.
It was a woman, was it? I think
Yeah.
so.
And she had a history of being crazy.
Well, wonderful.
You don't say.
Yeah, don't say.
The woman had jumped in the ocean so many times, and
Oh, Lord.
and people had to rescue her, that it cost the British people about £1 million or something.
Damn.
Jeez.
So they
Damn.
put
Somebody.
they put a restraining order on her. She has to stay like 500 feet away from the ocean, or they'll throw her in jail.
Get close to the water again, lady. We're going to put you in jail. Ain't that some
God
shit?
damn.
She's a little whacked out. But
That's funny.
that's a lot. There's a lot of people in the world that just don't have a full, the light doesn't come on all the time. So you just have to. How you doing, Dennis?
Pretty good, John.
There you go, bub.
How's it going, Travis?
Doing pretty fair. How about yourself, Dennis?
I can't complain.
Good.
Have
It's
you
got
been-
all this rain, so the fishing's not going very good this week.
Y'all get a bunch up there in San Antonio?
Yeah, we're about. I think it's the forecast is for like the next 3 days.
Yeah, we got a sprinkling down here. We got enough to water the grass. That's about it. It came through.
I had to service the air conditioner to get it running yesterday. Get
Uh-oh.
100. Today we were 101.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Dang.
keep that AC running. You're gonna need that.
Well, I got an outside compressor, and it gets
Yeah.
full of underneath the trees. It gets
Yeah.
all full of leaves. Wind.
No.
So I have to open it up, vacuum out all the leaves,
Shoot.
chop.
I have one.
Dang.
It's right out that window, and it ain't on. We don't
Oh, I
use
got
that. We don't use that big sucker. It just makes my electric bill go outrageous. We have window units we use sparingly.
Well, I have central air conditioning.
Yeah, that's what this is. I can't afford to flip that breaker out there and turn the damn thing on.
No.
Oh yes, it'll run my bill up like you wouldn't believe. So
Well, I have to run
yeah,
here.
yeah, same thing down here. We get close to 100
Go
all the time.
outside. You go outside. It's not like no humidity, but it's like a blast from when it gets over 100.
Yeah,
Especially about 100, 110. If it gets over 110, then it's
I don't have to go outside too long before I'm sweating, and it's sweating big time. But that's how I keep my girlish figure. I sweat it all off because I eat like a horse. I really do. I'm desperate though.
Oh man.
I ran out of my chocolate covered goodies.
Oh boy.
yeah.
My chocolate covered goodies. That
Good you didn't listen to Bob's show. He's doing all the food porn. Right
Oh,
in
did he go on a
front.
food poured rant today? I missed it.
Well, yeah, he's cooking like a madman.
Oh,
He's
man.
getting ready to go to Georgia for that white
Ah.
filet.
Damn.
I went to the store the other day and I did pick up some pork ribs and some chicken breasts. And Travis is going to do those on the grill as soon as we can figure out when he's going to do that.
Tomorrow, I'd hope.
Manana, well, you better take them out the freezer. I didn't think they were supposed to go in there anyway.
What was that, Dennis?
That's awesome.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I also wanted to ask John if you read that article about the Iowa soybean farmer and Cory Booker.
No, I did not.
The guy sat on his soybean crop that was sitting there for months, and it was about to
Right.
turn.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I guess the government was buying everybody else's stuff, but their crop was already rotten. So his was the least rotten. They gave him a penny a pound,
a
and
penny-
they gave him a $25 check, which he in turn gave the complete check to Cory Booker.
There you
$25
go.
for his
He's all, I'm giving you the fruits of my labor for this last crop, Cory.
for his soybeans. Ain't that some
Jeez.
shit? I'm telling you, Donnie's tariff war, baby. That's what it's bringing. Chinese have a way to retaliate, and that's the way they'll do it. They know where they're buying from. They know what they're buying. So, and there's lots of places in the world you can get soybeans. It doesn't have to come from the United States. It comes from all over the world. And when Donnie
Oh, I got
starts,
that wrong. It was a penny a bushel.
penny a bushel.
Jesus.
Talk about, go ahead, kick me in the nuts. Go ahead, I'm waiting on it. You know, that's what that is. A penny a bushel. That's sad. Did he get his big check from Donnie? You know, for all the losses, because that's what he's supposed to be doing.
That was it. $25.
$25. Son of a, whoa.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
You didn't catch that? I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I knew the
25
$25. I just thought that plus the check you get from Donnie from the Department of Agriculture.
Oh, that's all he got.
That's $25. Here, Corey, go to town, buddy. Well, I won't even run shit. $25.
Yeah, but it's also the statement. It's like,
It's a statement,
giving the
sure.
middle finger to Trump as best he can, anyway. So.
Well, getting the $25 check was Trump throwing the finger in his face.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
That's exactly what that
Yeah.
shit. Trump doesn't care about shit. Donnie doesn't give a crap about anything except things that affect Donnie. If it doesn't go on Donnie's bottom line or, shine the light on Donnie, he's just not interested. And before we get carried away,
Bet that farmer didn't give a dime to Trump.
no, I bet not. No, he ain't gonna vote that way either. If he did last time, he ain't doing it again. I've seen
Well,
plenty
I
of
mean,
them
the
say
last
that.
election, he didn't give nothing to Trump because
Yeah.
all the big corporate big corporate farms are getting all the money.
Oh, I'm telling you, yeah. That's what you have to remember. The small family farm. It's not that it's not out there. It is, but they're very rare, and that's where the people ought to be. The help ought to be going to, is the small family. If you're a corporation doing this shit, you shouldn't get crap. It's the free market. That's what it is, baby. That's what they say it is, anyway. Before we get carried away, Jen, are you there, darling?
Yes, I am.
Jen Morgan, that's one of our moderators. I just want to make sure you were in the mix, baby.
Jen, have
Yeah.
you got into it with any flat earthers lately?
Oh, of course.
Good.
I had a great session Sunday night with a lunatic from Australia.
Oh, there you go.
Great. Lay a marble on the floor. If it doesn't roll, just look at him and say, "See, told you, flat." If it doesn't
No, actually,
roll,
they would use that. They would use that as one of their arguments, legitimately.
yes, that's what I mean. Yeah, they'll lay a marble on the floor, and if it doesn't roll, they'll say, "See, it's flat. It's a flat Earth."
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's it, baby.
Well, look, I got myself this bubble level. See, I laid it on the ground.
It's level. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Let's whip out one that's about 50 miles long and check that bubble again.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Maybe a little longer. I don't know. I don't know how
I
long you would
was
have to
lit-
go to get that curvature.
I was late getting here tonight because we had a storm front go through some
Uh-oh.
70-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh yeah.
Shit, everything all right?
Yeah, we survived.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
But I remember when I was a kid, just learning about the weather and stuff like that, and heard the weatherman talking about hurricanes and stuff, and teaching us that hurricane winds are 70 miles and the start at 70 miles an hour. And, my parents said, "Oh, don't worry, we never get that stuff around here." And all my life I remembered that, and we never got winds over, say, 50, 60 miles an hour.
You did now, didn't
And now we get 70 plus routinely.
you? My,
My, what a climate change.
I'm telling you.
Climate change. Pff,
Yeah.
that fake
Chinese hoax, right?
Chinese
I'm
hoax.
telling you. Who was it? I think Biden was saying something in one of the comments he was making. We have until 20. We have 12 years, I think it was 11 or 12 years before we hit that tipping point.
That sounds generous, honestly.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. If you take a look at what's happening up in the Arctic,
Yep.
in Greenland, it's melting like shit. Like somebody turned a big old faucet on, and yeah, that's scary when you start thinking about that stuff too. Because I just remember a long time ago, I read a story, and I think it was National Geographic. It was all about the conveyor belt that operates out in the Atlantic there that moves the cold water, where it needs to go, and the warm water back to get cooled off and all that, how it affects our climate and everything. And baby, you interrupt that and we got serious troubles. And hey, Rose Taylor, I seen your picture. I thought it looked wonderful, dear. Just gonna throw that in there. I seen her go by. Anyway, who else we got out in the room tonight?
Yeah, I'm about to bring some people in, but really quick, I just wanted to make
All right.
a comment because I think this is the first show, June.
What comment?
Yeah, happy Pride Month.
Oh, happy Pride. I'm sorry. I got it written right down there, too. And it's on my shirt.
Yes. This is a good month for spotting assholes and idiot bishops and shit. You know, it's like, it's a way that the community can come and celebrate, and it's also a prime hunting ground to go, oh, look, that motherfucker's an idiot. That guy's an idiot. That guy's an asshole.
Yeah.
So it's like spring cleaning for your friends list.
Yeah,
you know, the whole entire month of June.
You know, you stand up for all of us, baby. That's what this whole family means. That's what the whole idea is, that all of us is inclusive. Doesn't matter what you know, LGBTQ plus whatever. It doesn't matter. It matters as much as what color you are, what religion you are, what you know.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Just don't be an asshole. If you can get by that test, you're pretty good. You know, you're sitting right up in there. Some people can't do that shit. You know, Alex Jones, look at him. He's a dick. He can't help it. He's an asshole. He ain't gonna be nothing but.
We do. Let's not bring him up. I swear, that guy's something else. And
making an example, you know.
Well, yeah, no, he's
pointing it out.
No, the worst thing is all these Catholic priests that I've been seeing on Twitter having to make comments about, look, you don't take you and your family to pride parades. And as a lot of them mention, it's dangerous for children, which everybody's having a field day with it because, you know,
because
Catholic...
it's catching, you know.
Well,
you
no,
walk by a gay person, there's a good possibility you could catch that.
The point is, the ironic part is, the Catholic priest part is like, oh, yeah, pride parades are dangerous for children.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not inclusive. It's not all inclusive to the Catholic Church. It's in every church.
Well, no, it's in every church, but no, you didn't get the irony in that.
No, the Catholic Church trying to tell you don't go to a gay pride parade because of gay people there. Well, shit, what do you think the priest is? Exactly. No, it didn't go over my head. I know.
Yeah.
And that's been a sadness, and it's something that the Catholic Church has had to face, you know. But the Catholic Church is one of those religions where it's a big one. If you run into Billy Bob down there at the such and such cathedral for We Pray for Everybody church and he gets busted, well, it's a local story and nothing hardly ever happens. But Catholic, that's a large religion. And
let's
when shit happens and people try to hide that shit, well, the story gets bigger.
And let's get this clear. There's plenty of good Catholics and Christians out there that doesn't go to you. That goes to the assholes that we're all equally against.
I just saw in a story, I don't know. I can't remember where a lot of stories originate because I check a lot. One of the things on my iPad is the news. Anybody that has an iPad, and it pulls in stories from different places anyway. I check that occasionally to make sure I'm staying on top of shit. But there was one about the Boy Scouts, which is known for that same thing. Mm-hmm. You know, anytime you're going to find children, unfortunately, you're going to find pedophiles. Speaking of which, they got that one guy. Darn it, don't remember his name. He was...
Nader?
Was that him? Yes. Yeah, the guy with child porn?
George Nader or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
A name worth not remembering.
Well, he was,
anyway.
he was questioned by the Mueller team. So he's involved in the thing, but in the investigation. And when they had him, they let me see your phone, and they checked his phone. Well, oh, Lordy, have shit. You know. It's a lot of other stuff they found on his phone, which they forwarded to the Southern District of New York, I believe. And his ass was arrested for child pornography. So, you know.
Yeah, them people who genuinely love people, they're the dangerous people, right?
Yeah, they're the dangerous ones, baby.
Anyway, what were you going to say, Dennis?
I was going to say, before I forget, I want to give a real good shout out to our buddy Mitch, who did a rant yesterday that was like, it hit everybody like a logic bomb. It was just, I was blown away.
Yep. I talked to him a little while ago.
You know, I haven't seen this rant yet, but Dad was bragging about it earlier, and I need to see it.
I was like, holy crap. Damn, Mitch.
Yeah.
Share.
Yeah, speaking of which, the one behind this rant that I need to watch, he's here in the house. Yep. How's it going, Mitch? You know, everybody's been...
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, Mitch.
Hey, thanks for the pitch, man.
Hey, it was great. I'm proud of you using your voice, buddy.
Well, I tried to keep it nice and calm and clean and cover the important points. And, well, I'm sure we'll get to them tonight, so I don't want to belabor you here.
No.
But it's great to be here. It was pouring in Texas. Now the sun is out. It's beautiful. Looking over the, I'm in the hill section, the northern part of San Antonio, and
that's a nice
having
part
a
of town.
nice adult beverage.
Adult beverages. All right, there you go. Kicking it, chilling it.
So
there you go.
I'm ready for anything. So let her rip, brother.
We're planning we're trying to put together a thing for a Blue Dot meeting up there in San Antonio.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my schedule to work around it. I remember I fly out here, so whatever you do, I have to modify my travel plan. So I hope we do that. That third week in July is perfect for me.
Third week in July?
I just put up a poll on that site. Let me give people a link so they can join.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they're interested in coming down.
Yeah, we're planning to have for those who don't know, we're trying to plan some form of Blue Dot meetup in San Antonio, Texas. So, yeah, that should be a lot of fun.
If you're within driving distance or anything of San Antonio.
Would that be in the season where most of us could survive?
No.
No. Bring your own air conditioner, baby. Bring a fan. It's going to be hot in July.
You're going to sweat.
Hot as the 4th of July in Texas, baby. Yeah, we'll be sweltering, believe me. Yeah.
If anything, we can try to find a nice, cool spot somewhere.
Well, hell, wherever we go, I hope it's air conditioned.
Well,
I'm damn sure it is. I'm sure it is.
You'll get some of those, like the misters from the ceiling, like like if we're walking around the river walk every now and then, some cool
I can
water
handle
will hit
that.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, we'd have to be indoors.
Oh, I can't go to sun.
I've never been so hot that a margarita didn't settle.
That's right.
My ass.
There you go, Mitch. There you go, buddy. That's and every time I go to San Antonio, I have to walk the river walk. I just love walking it. And
I haven't been down there yet.
Oh, you haven't done that yet? Oh, it's just laden with little restaurants and stuff. People sitting out in the on the patio chairs outside.
It's
eating.
A beautiful walk.
Yeah.
Like it's my favorite place to go to in San Antonio for sure.
Yeah, it's
well, I'm here instead. So
yeah. It sounds like where you are is nice though.
Yeah, if you can keep them damn kids quiet above your head.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I'm at the Rim. You guys know where that is?
No, I don't.
I can't say I do actually.
Yeah, the Rim. It's like a little shopping district in the north part of San Antonio. It's right by UTSA.
Oh, okay.
And shopping area. It's really, really nice.
There you go.
It is a nice area up there. I know the general area. I didn't know it was.
I love
close.
San Antonio. I love going to San Antonio.
Oh, it's my favorite place in Texas to go.
Yeah.
Right near Six Flags.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, out of all the cities in Texas, my favorite to visit is San Antonio, no doubt.
We can all just go to Six Flags.
Yeah, we could all go zip down the water slide.
I would pay money to see you on a water slide.
Yeah, well, that ain't happening. See, these white bony legs coming down a slide. Somebody run. I swear. Well, we're up to 59 Democrats that are willing to impeach. How about that shit? Or inquiry, start the inquiry. So every day the number goes up within the Democratic Party that we are fixing to start an impeachment process. One of them said that we're already there. And then
I predict it will happen before the 4th of July.
We have to get the investigations going. That the inquiry, whatever you want to call it, down on the House floor. Need to start getting that information, through the committees, so we can get ready, because we can't go just impeach him.
John?
Yes, sir.
Can I take a little time? I would like for to understand something before we start getting too far into impeachment talk.
What's that? And
that is, what is the process of impeachment, in case you were either forgot or hadn't been born yet, or both? Well, that impeachment begins in committee. There's an impeachment committee formed by the Judiciary Committee. They're the ones that have sight of the president. They come up
with the articles of impeachment.
Right. They conduct an investigation. They draft articles of impeachment. Mm-hmm. They vote on the articles of impeachment. If those articles pass, they go to the full House.
Right.
The full House then conducts its investigation.
Right.
Which will be a lengthy and deep investigation. And then they vote on the bill of impeachment, which then becomes an article of impeachment.
Right.
Once it becomes an article of impeachment, it goes to the Senate.
Yep.
The Constitution does not allow the Senate to refuse to try the articles of impeachment. So all this nonsense about McConnell saying, well, we'll just kill it in the Senate. That ain't what's going to happen, Bubba. That is not what's going to happen. That's the last thing that happens. And I just want everybody out there to understand, don't listen to any of this horse shit about how the Republicans are going to kill it. That cannot happen.
Well,
the Democrats own the House.
When they're talking about that, impeachment is a political tool. It's done in the House of Representatives. It's to reprimand or charge or indict a president, a sitting president. Okay, so you got your impeachment there. It does nothing except go on the record. It has to go to the Senate. Where the problem lies, Mitch, is where they have to vote on those articles of impeachment in the Senate to be able to convict the president, and it's all dependent upon the vote. So when Mitch says they're going to kill,
they have to have a trial first.
They have to have
voting. Okay, this is where everybody's misinformed.
This is where it comes in.
Let's get this together. They do not get to vote. The Constitution requires that they try the articles of impeachment. They cannot refuse. Now, they may not convict him.
Yeah, they
may not convict
That's
him.
what they're talking about. That's what they're talking about when he says they'll
And
kill
also, isn't the Chief Justice overseeing it?
Yes, he will be in charge.
Making sure they follow.
He will be in charge of the Senate for the trial.
He's the presiding officer.
That's right. That's right.
But
it all comes down to the vote by the Republicans. Now here's the catch. This is what we have. I preach it all the time. The Republicans, as they stand right now, will not impeach Donnie. We can impeach all day long, send it up to the Senate. They're going to laugh in your face and just go on about their business. The only reason that won't happen is if the information that comes out in the inquiries, in the articles of impeachment down there, if the facts come out that the crimes are committed and it's right in your face and here's your freaking proof and all that shit, and it has to be done in a public forum, that way you have to start bending those Republican senators. They have to stand up and admit that they are throwing their oath of office out the window, the Constitution out the window, everything, in order to allow this fascist son of a bitch to stay in office. And that's exactly what he is. You know, just the other day, he tweeted out some shit about boycott AT&T because he's pissed off at CNN. Welcome to fascism, people. That's what that shit is, and that's what Donnie wants to bring. He wants corporations, baby. But he wants to be the one to pull the levers and blow the whistles and all that shit. But it is so important
I hate to be the naysayer, but
what's that? Jen?
McConnell did find a way to break the Constitution and get away with it. Let's just say Merrick Garland.
Yeah, just say those two words. That's what I mean. Mitch doesn't give a shit. Mitch will just sit out there and boldly tell you, no, the Republicans will not convict on articles of impeachment. And
people said the same exact shit about Nixon, John.
That's right, baby. That's right. That's what we have
exact
to remember.
shit.
Let me see. I want to say thank you to Mega Wet Willie. Mega Wet Willie, I remember him. He donated $5. We appreciate the hell out of that, Mega Wet. And
I love
Mega
that
Wet,
username so much.
Mega Wet Willie. That's a good one, baby.
Hey, who's that over here? It's old Mega Wet Willie.
Mega Wet Willie, baby. You know him.
One of my favorite superheroes.
No, we better not say that.
I think
I don't
actually
even know who you're talking about, so I can't even go yes or no to that.
It was something about Mantis.
Oh, that's a funny story.
Yeah, it's a funny story around our house.
We'll have to do that toward like the end of the show or something.
Yeah.
Because that's a funny story.
It's
we can
funny story.
We can throw our brother under the bus.
Well,
or my brother, not your brother.
Your brother,
your
not
son.
my son.
That makes it worse. Anyway.
Well, we done laid the carpet down now.
Yeah, we'll leave it. We'll leave it for later on the show. Thank you again, Mega Wet Willie. We appreciate it.
Yes, we appreciate that very much. Every dime we get in donations are graciously accepted, baby. We appreciate it.
I think that the cry for impeachment, the Democrats are no longer able to stand it. I think that within the next couple of weeks, it will become obvious that they really won't have any choice Otherwise, people are going to start getting angry at them. Yeah. That is, for us, the worst possible scenario. Right. Is one that allows Donald Trump to get away with what he's doing because the Democratic members of the House can't get their shit in a pile. And that is a real serious danger.
This is the test of this is the test right now of this blue wave that we rose up in 2018. These people that we sent up there had a job to do, and they knew what it was when they went up there, and that is to put checks and balances on an outrageous president. So they are under the gun, baby. You don't do your job, we'll vote somebody else in next time that will, and we have to keep that shit up until we get the right person. But I think you're going to see the number now is 59, but I think you're going to see that go up more and more as more information comes out and more pressure comes up. And but this deal that Barr is trying to make right now with the Department of Justice, well, we're going to give you a little bit of information if you just drop the contempt or kiss my ass. It's all or nothing. That's what I don't want to do. Is I don't want to play those little games. You have a subpoena, answer the subpoena, or you're in contempt of Congress.
No conciliation.
Yeah.
No.
Comply or jail. That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
Yes, sir.
I just posted a link in the Discord chat, also on chat. Rules of the Senate. Right. You go to page 230 of that. It's a PDF file. It shows you the rules for impeachment.
Which page? I'll try to look for it right here.
230.
230. Okay, let me try to find it.
Yeah. You put 230 in your search up there on the top of the PDF file. Go right there.
We want to thank Tree, who just donated $2. We thank you very much. Says, love you all, baby. We love you right back.
Thank you, Tree. We really appreciate it.
We will appreciate that.
Another cool username, if you ask me.
Really? Well, I thought I had one.
Well, yeah, but you don't. Blue Dot in Texas, I guess.
Nope, I'm Star Ender.
Oh, sorry.
That's me, Star Ender.
I thought you were a cranky old guy.
No. I'm
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore, that's me. That's me. Shut up.
I love that name, though. That was genius.
I gotta watch that movie. See who I'm being referenced to.
Well, to be fair, Dumbledore is really great, but it's not Dumbledore if it's Dumbledore, so...
Excuse me.
Anyway, really quick before we go any further, we want to welcome. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. We talked a little bit on the after show last time we streamed, but we want to welcome Madaffy.
Madaffy. Yeah. Oh.
It's me, Daffy.
Me, Daffy.
Me, Daffy.
How are you doing, me, Daffy?
I'm pretty good. See, let me give you the story on this. My name is Daphne. I grew up and people called me Daff or Daffy Duck. So that's where Me Daffy came from. Then the numbers is a zip code. Me Daffy.
Oh, so, there you go.
There you go. Now we know all about you. Where are you from?
Iowa.
Oh, you're up there where we're the first state, the big one. Everybody's going to come visit you. Everybody comes to Iowa.
Oh, yeah.
We want to thank Chuckster255. He just donated $5 through Super Chat and says, keep preaching the truth. Thank you, Chuckster255, buddy. We appreciate it so much. It's paying the bills, baby. So, every donation that comes in, we appreciate it. And it makes us eligible to keep the electricity on and all that shit. So,
yep.
But
keeps us running our mouths for every week. So
every time.
Very helpful. Thank you all so much.
So you're in Iowa, Me Daffy.
Yeah.
Have you
am.
Have you seen any of the candidates yet?
No. I live in a small town. We're a county seat, so let's see. Who's coming? I think Booker's coming.
Oh, there you go.
Mayor Pete was here a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, I'd like to hear him talk.
I was in the hospital, so I wasn't able to see him.
Darling, I hope it wasn't anything serious, I hope, or it is, because you wouldn't be in the hospital.
Well, it was some heart failure, so it was bad. But,
jeez.
But I'm doing better though. So
that's
good.
My wife's family is all on pins and needles tonight. We have a member of our family, my wife's cousin's husband, who is tonight receiving a heart transplant and a kidney transplant. He's been on the list for for years. He's been on the list. He finally moved up to number 1, and today is the big day. He's up in Houston right now. Yeah, he's gonna have a heart tonight. So we hope that everything goes well. We're all hoping that in this family, because he has been. I've spoken about him before. He's a preacher. But he's had to keep a job to keep the insurance going. It's just pitiful. That's how come I get so upset about the health care issue in this country. Because we don't have health care. We have profit care, baby, and somebody's got to pay for that. And if you ain't got the money, oh, well, tough shit. Go put a coffee can out at your local store. That's what they used to do, and now the stores won't let you do that because it's big stores. There's not many mom and pops that would let you put a can out there to donate. Now there's, GoFundMe and stuff. Thank goodness for that. Speaking of which, we want to thank Jen Morgan, our own Jen Morgan, for $2 through Super Chat. Come on, pitch in and what you can. We appreciate Jen. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jen.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what I just did?
What'd you do?
I locked myself out of my goddamn hotel room.
Oh, did you? Oh, no shit. Now you got to go down to the office, bub. Oh, yeah.
Are you naked? Are you naked?
I was about to say, do you have pants?
I don't know what you guys were talking. Yeah, that's right. Hey, I did take my pants.
Oh, good.
Yes, sir.
Oh, geez.
Any ID on you, sir, to prove who you are?
Oh, no,
Good deal.
Just take us downstairs with you. We can vouch for you.
Yeah,
this is Mitch.
This is Mitch. We know Mitch.
No, I'm a Diamond member, so.
There you go, baby. Never mind.
Can't ask me for ID.
There you go.
To know me on site.
You're a frequent flyer.
Damn right.
And Mitch does. Mitch travels a lot, man. I'm glad he gets to hit San Antonio.
Yep. Every week.
Every week. Outstanding. So you're going to be doing those rants a little bit more often there, Mitch?
Well, I'm going to do them on the nights when you're.
Hey, don't worry about what night I'm doing it.
I'm not going to do it now. But I would like, everybody check it.
Yeah. I'll share that shit, as Leo would say.
Grim, thank you very much for $2.
Grim just donated $2 through Super Chat. And he says, I'll put a few in. I appreciate it, Grim. It adds up, baby. It adds up. Y'all don't know.
Just remember.
And Linda, I'm sorry, boy, that came up quick. Linda Cow donated $10 through Super Chat. And I can't read that.
It says, Donna B's sister, we must resist. Blue dots.
Donna Bonacosi's sister? Oh, that's Linda Calabero. It took me I'm so, sometimes I have to kick myself.
Yeah,
because I know we have Blue Dot sisters, Tammy Harrington and Connie Burnett. And forever, I knew Donna Bonacosi had a sister, but it didn't click in my head until a freaking year later. Oh, wait, those two are the sisters. And so it's a family thing, baby, and we're glad to have the family.
Thank you so much, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. I appreciate it very much.
Grim, Jen, Chuckster, Tree, and Mega Wet Willie. Y'all are awesome. Thank you very much.
Awesome. We appreciate it so much.
Anyway, I think I found that page that y'all were talking about. Let me try to bring this in. Can you read that or not? You said page 230?
Page 230 right there. That's it. Go up. All right.
Yeah, let's see. Starts right here.
Form the oath to be administrative.
Evelyn Moose in the chat wants to know, hey, Mitch, are you wearing a towel or does a washcloth do it for you? Just asking.
Just asking for a friend, Mitch.
Well, see here.
Inquiring minds want to know, Mitch.
A washcloth is
Oh, jeez.
Hank, you do just fine, huh? There you go.
We like to have fun here on the stream.
I'm way too old to worry about what people.
That's me, buddy. I don't give a shit no more. I know what I look like. It ain't pretty, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. That's all there is to it. It's my days are. I can tell by my bones aching, baby. Now I can't.
Yeah, I do not have to beat the women away anymore.
No, I'm not.
I can rest my arms now. Yeah. Finally,
I get ladies holding the door for me nowadays. I swear this beard just did it all. Oh, here, poor sir, here. I'm fine. I can get the door. I ain't saying that. I'm saying thank you, but it's just making me think, are you shitting me? Come on now. I'm not old. I don't have a cane. I still walk upright. I walk brisk. You know, I'm a stepper. I always have been. Get out my way. Beep, beep. I got places to go. But
let's see. These are rules for impeachment trials that Sparky sent over. And I'm trying to load the rest of it. There's a few pages worth here.
It's a roadmap, baby.
Yeah, it really is.
It came from the Nixon impeachment process, is where that
right.
came
But
from.
let's remember what happened. Everybody predicted that Richard Nixon would never be impeached, and they were right.
Yeah.
Because the committee investigation
he resigned.
Uncovered crime after crime after crime, and Nixon tried to cover them up, failed.
Yes.
And that's what led to his undoing. But
yeah, it
different
was,
guys.
Yeah, you were cutting.
You know what happened when Nixon resigned? Gerald Ford kind of pre-pardoned him. He gave him a preemptive pardon.
Oh yeah, Nixon knew he was going to get pardoned. Ford.
When Donald Trump, if he were to resign, he would then be under scrutiny by the Southern Jurisdictional District of in an unpardonable criminal activity.
That's right. You can only pardon for federal offenses.
Donnie is fucked. He can't resign. That's why they must impeach. You understand?
I think he had it right. I think he had it right when he first answered the when he first found out the Mueller investigation, that the investigation was on there, and he said, "I'm fucked." Yes, you are, Donnie. It doesn't matter because there's so many crimes that you got to figure this guy did. Anyway, I want to thank Diana Mallory, who donated $10 through Super Chat to hang in there while we wait for more of Mueller report. That's what it's about, baby. That's right, Diane. It's getting all the information we can before we pull the trigger on him, because it's ongoing. It has to, and the reason it has to is because right now, as it stands, hell no, the Republicans will not vote to indict his ass. We have to change that. And just like in Nixon, anybody old enough to remember this shit or can read their history knows that Mitch was right. The Republicans in the Senate during Nixon did not want to impeach him. They were laughing at it and all this shit. Ho, ho, ho. But until the tapes came out, baby, until the evidence in the Nixon trial of the cover-up and everything else that he did, they turned on him because they had to. It was their own integrity that was being challenged if they didn't. And that's the same thing we have to do. The Republican senators now, we have to challenge their integrity, their patriotism, their solemn oath that they took to this country to uphold the Constitution and not be beholding to a wannabe dictator. And
here.
That's what this is all about. And it has to come out in public. It has to be public hearings. But that's where we are. We need the information that all these subpoenas are flying around about, and they're putting up a hell of a fuss. And that mere fact that they're putting up such a fight should tell you everything you need to know about that man. Everything about his life is a piece of shit. He's conned everybody in his life. He stole money. He's swindled money. He's done everything in the book, and they hold him up as a god, and it's disgusting because there's people I know personally that still thank God every day for Trump.
Anyway, thank you very much, Diana. We really appreciate it so very much.
Yes, ma'am. So.
Did you see Trump with the slick back Jesus hair?
Yes, I did. Now see there, that tells you the guy shows up at I forgot what church it's. They're in Virginia City. He was at his golf course out there playing after the mass shooting that we had out there. And he stops by conveniently to pay his condolences and wave at the crowd and all that shit in his golf outfit and his khaki pants, his golf short, ball cap on, really showing the reverence of what our leaders should be. Look, are you shitting me? That was disgusting.
Fuck walks around a golf shoe.
Yeah.
What kind of lazy fuck is he?
He is a lazy shit. That's all he is. He didn't give a shit about those people or anything else. Oh, I'll stop by on my way back from the golf course. Here, how you doing? Reggie Carter donated $10 through Super Chat, and Travis is going to read what that says.
Okay, hang on. Let me get this over to my screen really quick.
Go. I'm blind.
Well, you need that screen closer to you.
But now I see the light.
Okay, so here's where everybody's going to make fun of me for my inability to be able to read such sophisticated
Better
words.
Better you than me. Go ahead.
Reciprocity? Prosody?
Reciprocity.
There you go. See, there he goes.
He rolls off the tongue.
Not only did he know, but I mean, his kids are really smart too. So we're just going to throw that in there, Dennis.
There, man, you know.
Feed what feeds you. I support you, John, and our movement for... Okay, wow, man. Put me on the spot here.
Righteousness.
Better you than me, buddy. Go ahead.
Yeah, there we go. Let us use all of our resources to fight, including our dollars, especially our dollars. Vote blue. Thank you very much, Reggie Carter.
Vote blue, baby. That's what thank you
Reggie
very
Carter.
much.
Jeez, tongue twister.
I appreciate that extremely much, buddy. Yeah. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you all tonight. This is meaning a lot to us right now.
He's right. I say this over on the Bob Kincaid show all the time. It is the progressive voices that we don't hear. This is, what I do. I'm not no big thing. I'm thankful for every subscriber I have, every follower I have. But my voice is relatively in a small pond.
Well, we're one of many.
But we're one of many. And the more that it's just like anything else, you multiply that voice, you have others speaking out in the same way. And I think what makes it palatable for a lot of people is a blue dot in Texas, baby. Everybody thinks Texas is all red, which we have a lot of them, baby. But we're not all of them. And we're going to turn this state back to blue because it used to be blue. But it's the people out in the country, because most people think, well, the Trumpers, they all live out in the country, they raise on a farm or a ranch or some shit, and they're ignorant. And that's not true, baby. There's a whole lot of blue dot Democrats in red areas that are just that's where you live. Sometimes you can't pick where you live because your job, or you just want to live like me out in the country. I don't want to be in the city no more. It's time for me to relax a little bit and enjoy what's around me. So I choose to live out in the country. But just because you live out there doesn't mean you're not involved in the voice of this country. And Richard Anderson, that's why his voice is so important, is because he thinks he's a small fish, but for every person that he reaches, that's one more, baby, that comes into the fold. And Leo Sahaki, he's out there doing the same thing. There's those
filthy mouth liberal. Mitch did a rant. Dennis says he's going to do one.
Yeah, it's that spider web that we're going to get you in there, Dennis. Don't
really
worry.
Quick, I just want you to see this. I'm not going to try to defend myself too much here, but I would know that word righteousness, but the window was so small, it split righteousness into two words. So it was Rititsonisses.
Yeah, you don't do
I was
that
like,
again.
What is going on? Yeah. Well, I can't control that, otherwise I'm covering your entire screen there.
Well,
so anyway, thank you again, Reggie. We really appreciate it. Anyway, yeah, Dennis, when are you gonna make that rant, man? We all want to see one.
Yep, checks in mail.
Checks in the mail. We'll get it any day now. Well, we're looking for it, buddy. I'm telling you. No, it's just that. It's whether it be here in Texas or Richard's up in Iowa, Leo's out in Tennessee, but they're voices that again, Tennessee. Who thinks a lot of people think everybody in Tennessee they're pretty redneck, and they are. Some of them are, but just being out in the country doesn't make you a redneck. What I consider a redneck. What I consider a redneck is Bubba with the rebel flag. It's just get out of here.
Too many of those.
Yeah, there's too many of them.
Especially down here, they all feel like they have to have the same bumper sticker.
And
on
my
the
brother
back
and I were discussing on the phone the other day. He lives in Tennessee, and he was telling me about the guy that lives down the street from him, and he has 3 flags on his flagpole. The top one is the Christian flag.
Oh, great!
Because that's it. That's the ultimate authority right there. And underneath that is the half. It's half
American flag, half
American flag, and half Confederate flag.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that just really pisses me off because that just really screams moron. And then the "Don't Tread on Me" flag underneath that. Well, there you go. you know who you're dealing with. You know, just like the guy down the street from me. I got his rebel flag out there all the time. I know who I'm dealing with. I know who he is, and I know what he thinks. And
rednecks are easy to spot, and no offense against anybody who loves NASCAR, but have you ever been to a NASCAR race?
Yeah. The only time I watch NASCAR is waiting on football season to start. Once football season starts, I barely turn.
I can't even give them the attention anymore.
I like to watch Bristol Motor Speedway when they have that race on NASCAR, because it's a bowl, people. It's just you put 40 some odd cars in a bowl. There's going to be some iron bent that night, I guarantee you.
You know, it's really funny.
What's that?
Demolition Derby. The only place that's done is when you go to other countries, they have such different relationships with their cars.
Oh yeah.
Like you would never see like a demolition derby in Italy, Japan. I mean, no way would they ever do us. It's like it's got maximum yeehaw factor.
I'll tell you what. I've got a picture somewhere in my photo album in there, and I remember that it's just a picture out the window of a taxi cab. But if you look right in front of the cab that I'm in, there's a bus, and the bus is coming right at us. And that's the way they drive. I think that was either in Thailand or in Japan. And I want to think it was in Japan. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was in Japan. Man, it was like, Jesus, they just drive wherever. Just, you know, middle of the road, side of the road, going that side, going the other side, doesn't matter. I'm in the back seat just praying, just get me to the bar. I'm sorry. You don't get me out of this cab. You're going to kill me. But they don't think nothing of it. It's just the way they drive. Anyway. I want to thank Keith Thompson for a $10 donation. Buddy, thank you, Keith, on Super Chat. And Claudia just donated $2 and says thanks for all you do. I appreciate them both very much, Claudia and Keith. It makes a difference, baby, I'm telling you. And it's making a big difference tonight. Y'all have really come through, and we appreciate the hell out of that. Because it does. It's paying the bills, baby. We're not going on vacation with it or anything. It's paying the bills and stuff.
Buying cat food.
Yeah, cat food. Jesus. Yeah, it buys cat food, baby. It buys a lot of cat food. I've got cats out the wazoo, I'm telling you. I think, you know, it's me and Mama, when we walk out the front door in the morning with the cat bowls, I mean, we have to pause and get together there, because as soon as you open that door, try not to trip is the trick. I shuffle my feet until I get across the deck out there and start laying down bowls so they can get away from my feet. So, but what do you do?
You love them, I guess.
That's it, man. I love every one of them, man. They're my babies. That's what they are. Come down to the shop. You don't see no mice around here, do you? Yeah, that's right. You ain't seeing no mice around here. Anyway,
what were we talking about before all this other shit?
I forgot. Thought you was keeping track of that shit.
Oh, I can tell you what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about,
Are you
Mitch?
still locked out of your room?
Are you locked out, Mitch?
Who are these people who get all pissed off when people talk English? Because down here in Texas, I mean, it is a bilingual place.
Oh, baby, this is bilingual.
I just got back from Walmart, and everything is labeled Spanish. I don't understand how, especially in Texas, can be disquieted by hearing people speak Spanish. Oh my God, the best Mexican food, every kind of Mexican candy. Can't get that shit.
Well, I enjoyed my dinner tonight. Mama fried up some corn tortillas, and we had leftover beans. Mama cooked a pot of beans the other night, and we had leftovers. So we gonna eat the leftovers. But she made corn tortillas, and then she cut up lettuce, tomato, onion, and had some cheese there, and then we used that guacamole salsa.
Oh yeah, the green stuff.
Oh yeah, the green stuff, good. Baby. That's good stuff. Guacamole salsa. Whew.
I don't think anybody realizes, because I'm sure there's like breakfast wraps throughout the country, but I highly doubt they're anywhere near as good as what you can get down here.
I'll tell you what, y'all would not believe. I swear, I don't know why I didn't do it. Just this past, the other day.
Take a picture of your breakfast taco?
Yeah, because I have what they I have what they call a taco loco, and my wife she usually has an egg, bean, and cheese. Mm-hmm. Travis has a sausage, egg, and cheese, and then usually I might get a potato, egg, and cheese for Tyler sometimes.
Yeah.
But my Taco Loco, you could take all three of their tacos, and that probably wouldn't make the taco I get, because the Taco Loco, it's got
everything.
It's got everything they got.
Including shit you probably don't even know.
Yeah, I don't even know what some of that. So one of them's crunchy and it tastes real good. I don't know what the shit that is, but it's good. I was surprised I ate the whole thing the other morning, because that thing was huge, but it tasted so good. And then I burped the rest of the day. So, but who cares?
Yeah.
I was outside. Nobody could hear me anyway. Anyway, what else is going on? Who else? We got anybody else in the room?
Yeah, I'm going to bring in some more callers in here. Just give me a second.
Bring in. Let's have a party, baby. What do you got, Dennis?
There's an article going around. I'm sure nobody's seen it yet because it's all on conservative sites like Fox and Breitbart.
Oh, yeah. Watch it all the time.
It says they're accusing Mueller of editing the voicemail transcript between John Dowd and Flynn's attorney.
Of course they're going to be putting shit out like that. Are you
shitting me? We'll play the tape. All we've seen the transcript, right? Play the tape.
Correct.
Let's hear the tape. Let's bring it out in the House of Representatives in front of God and everybody and start doing this shit. Because that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to scream that this is I understand, it's a witch hunt and it's all that shit. Christopher Steele is going to come talk to the DOJ. He has agreed to talk. I just saw that a little while ago. And they want to ask him about the Steele dossier. And, well, that's where the PP tape is. So I hope they get a good question answer on that one. Where can we get a copy of it so we can plaster it all over?
Plaster it all over what? Because I don't care. I don't want to see that shit.
I just want to give me the transcript.
That PP tape comes out. That fucker Franklin Graham will say, all good.
That screw job. I'll tell you what. Franklin Graham, the daddy, used to almost get a pass, and don't take this from him, because he didn't. I said almost got a pass because he knew to keep his mouth shut and he knew what his audience was. This Franklin Jr., whatever his ass is, he is just showing his ass, period. How that man can sit there and follow Donnie or support him or talk like he's a godly person. It shows you what a charlatan the man is. He's the what do they call it? False prophet. He's a fake, and he's after your money, baby. Just leave his ass on the side of the road and get away.
We used to have a word for that. I think it was liar.
Truth. We want to thank the Rob Audio 1 for donating $4.99.
Rob Audio 1. I was trying to read it, and I was looking at Rob Audio 1 just donated through Super Chat.
$5 through Super Chat.
$5 through.
They write, love your podcast. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. We appreciate the hell out of that. We need to do this into a podcast.
We're getting to that point where I think we can.
We're going to start trying to make it into a podcast.
In other words,
nothing different about it.
Yeah, it would just be where we're able to post it.
Yeah, where we're able to. You have to have a service that does that.
Yeah, it's a monthly service, so it's another. Yeah,
it's another bill, which is where your donations come in at. So yeah, we want to make it into a podcast so the voice goes a little farther, maybe into another venue, another area, anywhere you can get the message out and get the discussion going. That's what it's all about, baby. It's all about the discussion, talking about the issues, or in some cases, like on Bob's show, we talk about shiny hiney or some other shit that we talk about. It's just.
We also want to make it clear, don't get discouraged, because I saw a few comments earlier. Don't get discouraged if you cannot donate with money, because look, you're donating with your time, watching our show, and that means the world to us.
Yeah.
And just sharing.
We appreciate those that do donate, but it is not a prerequisite. It's not required. Nobody has to pay a dime to see this show. And like Travis said, the most precious thing that you can give us is the time it takes to listen to us. That's right.
How about the second most precious thing is find some friends invite them to join us.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to make, the best thing you could send them is to send 2 friends or friends to come join this family so we can change America.
That's what it is. Just keep the message going, and we hope to make our part of the wave that washes. We made a pretty good dent in the blue wave.
And you know what the best thing you can do is vote. That's
the most imperative thing that you do.
And get your friends and family to vote.
That's right. Hammer the shit out
Specifically
of them. Make them feel guilty if they don't.
Specifically
you
blue.
Ain't voting. Why? Well, because I just don't want to. Kiss my ass. Get out the car. We're going to vote. And motivate them to get registered if they're not registered, to be involved. Because everything depends on it, baby. Everything does. From our climate, to our planet, to the health care.
You want to know what the best thing about travel? Free alcohol.
Free alcohol. That's right. That's right. I got some of that shit, man. I'm telling you. I have free alcohol. And, I made another little dent in Knob Creek yesterday. Needed it. My body wasn't.
Oh, man. I wanted to call you out on that earlier. Grim beat me to the punch. Grim donated another $2 to Super Chat. John, I'm a female.
I'm sorry, Grim. I don't, Well, why didn't you put it up there? Every one of y'all ought to put up there. How do I know Linda Cal is not, it could be a guy's name. No, Grim, I'm sorry, dear. I'm sorry. My ignorance precedes everything I do, sweetie. So I apologize for that. But
thank you again for the donation,
yes,
Grim.
Thank you, Grim.
I'll give him a good old smack for you.
Yeah, he'll smack me like, Dad. I'll get that shit. No. What he does, you know what he does? He runs out there and tells Mama, you should have heard Dad tonight. He's da. Then
I don't do that.
No, what the hell you don't?
I don't.
And rat me out, man.
No, the most I say is, yeah, today was a good show. Dad just did this, that, and the other thing. No,
there you go.
I do not do that.
Yeah, that's
Jesus
exactly what he
Christ.
does. He's a spy.
What am I, 5? Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, well. It's all for a good cause, baby. It's all for a good cause.
It is. We want to welcome really quick. Oh, wait. One of them dropped out. Well, we want to welcome Bud One Man to the call. How's it going, Bud One Man?
Hey, Bub. What? That sounded familiar. Oh, that sounds familiar. I know that guy's voice. I'm getting a little feedback there.
Yeah, a little feedback on Mitch's end, but he got it.
There you go. Right.
Bud One Man, we can't seem to hear you. I see your thing highlighting, but we're not getting anything from you.
Uh-oh. You've been silenced, buddy. The man's out to get you. It's them Republicans. It's Donnie. He's in the internet. Nah.
How about the law?
There you go.
Order.
Oh.
The law and order part.
The law and order part? Who? Donnie? Donnie doesn't know what the law and order.
No, that was their whole thing in the 90s.
Oh, it was, yeah. The Republicans were the law and order, party. But then they showed their ass because they called themselves the moral majority at one time. We're the moral party and all that shit. We're the patriotic party. They threw all of those titles in the dirt because they're not. They're not patriotic. They're protecting a crooked president. They're not Christians. They've stomped all over the Bible. They're not moral. They don't get upset with kids in cages and shit like that. The Republican Party has lost its way. There is no Republican Party. They have the Trumpers. That's it. They're willing to accept anything this man does, and until somebody in the Republican Party starts to stand up to that shit, we got one guy over there, Amash, standing up and say something. Every time I see him, I want to slap Mitt Romney in the face, because Mitt Romney before was all he's going to be a moral majority speaker and all that shit. And now he's going right back to being a mealy mouth. Oh, I don't know. Well, that's not what I would have said, and all that kind of bullshit. Somebody in the Republican Party needs to stand up, smack that man upside the head, and take your party back from him, because you're doing a piss poor job right now of your so-called majority and so-called patriotism and all the other bullshit you've sold for years. It doesn't fly anymore, baby. You've shown yourself.
But Lincoln was a Republican.
What's that, Jen?
Lincoln was a Republican.
Yes, Lincoln was a Republican.
Doesn't that mean they get to do whatever they want now?
No, the party changed a lot over the years.
Yeah, and to be fair, so did the Democratic Party.
Yeah, Teddy Roosevelt was a Republican.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the most progressive president we had until FDR.
Yeah, the Republicans have gone. They're not the Republican. There is no Republicans anymore. It's Tea Party fanatics or Klansmen or white supremacists or preachers that are just trying to pick your pocket one way or the other. You know, it's a den of thieves, of liars, of cheats. You know, that's what the Republican Party now embodies. That's their base. Oh, I don't give a shit how much they want to try to come out there and sell something different. Are you shitting me? You're going to run Roy Moore again? Roy Moore, again? The pedophile out of Alabama? You're going to try to run his ass again? It tells you, baby. It tells you. Well, you know, that was when he was younger. He's found Jesus since then. I don't give a shit who he found. He's a creep. I don't want his ass in there. And it allows that constant drumbeat of ignorance, acceptable, that making this acceptable or that acceptable, whatever Donnie does is acceptable is bullshit. We've never had a disgusting such a piece of shit as we have now that gets on his little Twitter feed and puts out all sorts of bullshit. We've never had that before, and I hope we never have it again. You know.
Really quick, before we go any further, I hope this works. We've been trying to get this individual on the show for so long.
Who?
Randy Curvin, are you in?
Randy.
Come on, Randy.
Randy Curvin is another voice out there. Ranting Randy.
Himself off mute.
Yeah, I'm here.
There's Randy.
There's Randy. Hey, buddy. Hey. How you doing, Randy?
Yeah, oh, doing pretty good, John.
I'm glad. I've been catching your stuff, man. You're always using your voice. You're always doing some, you know, some great shit out there, buddy, and I appreciate the shit out of it.
Well, thank you, John. I think I'm going to go back to just doing Facebook Live.
Yeah.
It's awfully long out on YouTube, and I don't seem to attract as many people to watch my rant when I do it on YouTube.
YouTube is a harder place to really start. Right. The only reason why we have the audience that we have on YouTube is that we started doing normal uploads like on YouTube before we did live streams on YouTube, which helped the algorithm give us more of an audience. Like, the YouTube algorithm is very, very finicky in comparison to Facebook as far as getting viewership. So it's like, it's a consistent chore.
It's persistence, buddy.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, like, where you stream. We just stream because we've gotten a crowd on both platforms, so that's why we stream to both, so everybody can get in on it and all that other good stuff. But as long as you keep doing what you're doing, it doesn't matter where you do it.
I post my rants, you know, I record those. And so I have to upload them, but I can upload to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. I just open a different window and start one, and then do the other one in another window. But it's you know, it takes a lot longer to get an audience on YouTube.
I understand, and it's just, you know, I kind of put it out as a poll to see how people felt. Okay. Right. And they feel better about me being on Facebook, so I'm going to concentrate on that.
Well, that's where your base is, but don't cut yourself short there too.
Yeah, in fact, well, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to, because I found you already on YouTube. I'm going to put the link to your YouTube channel in this Discord so everybody can run over there and give.
Yeah,
Randy a subscription.
Randy
doesn't cost a dime. You can just hit that red button, hit subscribe.
Yeah, hit subscribe over there. It doesn't cost anything, and Randy gets a number up in there, and it makes a big difference, baby. When we went on YouTube, I remember I got all excited, baby. We hit 50. I thought, man, look at her. There's 50 people out there, and I just went apeshit. When we hit 100, man, I thought that was it. Just gold, baby.
What's the name of Randy's YouTube?
I actually put the link. He doesn't have a link yet because YouTube is dumb like that, and you don't get a URL until you do all these demands and whatnot. But I put the link in the Discord. If our moderators can put that in the Facebook chat and the YouTube chat, that would be wonderful, because I can't seem to do that from here at the moment.
Yeah, it's
links in YouTube often get truncated for people who are using mobile devices.
Right.
That's why the name of the channel matters.
Yeah. What's the name of it, Randy?
Rantin' Randy's Rant.
Rantin' Randy's Rant. There you go. The 3 R's, baby. That's all you have to remember. Ranting Randy's Rant.
And also, I just found him just putting in Randy Curvin. So
yeah. Or you can look under Randy Curvin, and you'll come up with his channel there too.
Yep.
So yeah, y'all go over there and give him a follow if you can. Give him a hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, because even if you decide not to stream on YouTube at some point, you know, if you ever decide to change your mind, you can have an audience waiting for you when you go back.
Right.
So
that's great, y'all. I really appreciate that.
We want to push your voice just as much as everybody else. I've been trying to tell Leo to
actually, Randy, I got your channel up, and I have these live analytics coming in. You're already getting subscribers. So
there you go, buddy. There you go.
I
appreciate all our Blue Dot family going over, because Randy's been doing this for quite a while, haven't you, Randy?
Oh yeah, quite a while now.
Yeah.
You got me inspired, John, and then I couldn't shut up.
I just bring that out in people, buddy. No, it's good, and it's not for everybody. You know, it isn't. But for those that can, you know, only take so much of this bullshit, and you just got to let it out. It's a good way to do that. No, I tell people all the time, all you have to do, speak from your heart, baby. Speak the way you feel. And it comes through, and people appreciate that. And
it relieves high blood pressure too.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
You're all welcome to watch my blog about what it's like to be a man twice the size of normal, and how difficult that makes my life. So check out my channel too.
Yeah. Do you have a YouTube channel, or are you just on Facebook, Mitch?
I'm just drunk as shit, man.
Oh, well, your message came in and out, so I didn't hear all of it. But I was like, well, wait, if Mitch has a channel, we need to plug Mitch's channel too.
No, I will have a channel. I do not have a.
Yeah, don't cost, you know, to start a channel doesn't cost anything. So, you know, I recommend anybody, if you're on Facebook or on YouTube, you know, is to try to put it out there, because you know, what is it going to hurt? You know. You're going to put your voice out there, and I guarantee you there's going to be people out there that go, hey, you know, that old boy said, you know, that's the truth. And you know, now if you're as pretty as me, which is hard to do, I realize, but, you know, I naturally just drop no bullshit. I'm ugly as a mud fence, buddy, so looks have nothing to do with it. It's your voice. And if
you can indulge me for a sec, John.
Go ahead, Dennis.
There's a comment on Facebook that I can't in good conscience ignore.
Okay.
I want to read it out loud. It's a little longer comment, but
go for it.
It's by Cassie Hicks on Facebook.
Right, Kathy Hicks.
She says, "Yes, my sister got gravely ill in Houston, which is 1,400 miles away from me.
Oh Lord.
She lost her job due to an illness after being there 15 years as an accountant.
Wow.
She has end-stage emphysema at 62, almost 63.
Wow.
She lost her house, her car, her health insurance, everything.
Wow.
Her 25-year-old son is helping take care of her in a 2-bedroom apartment that my brother and her 2 older grown sons NCA helped her to get into last October. My brother and his wife live in a small duplex in San Jose, California, another 1,400 miles away in the other direction where we all grew up. They have no room for me either."
Wow. That's heartbreaking, baby. That is heartbreaking. It's
there's a continuation comment a couple down. She was at death's door at Christmas, so her son called 911, and they took her to the VA hospital, and they've gotten her stabilized, and they are helping her to get Social Security disability. She has worked all of her life and served in the Army like I did, and she went in a year after me.
Wow. Wow. I'm telling you, people, there are there's a lot of people out here. That's what we're fighting for. This whole thing that it burdens your heart sometimes when you start to think that we're having to fight for these people, for us. For, you know, we're not the 1%. We're not even, you know, the 20% or the 50%. Jesus, we're down. I don't know about y'all. I'm down here. I don't know what percent I am. Low, baby. Where you have to struggle with so much. And I swear, I'm in that mode here lately, you know, because I know my 2 months is just about up, and there's going to be a decision in my life pretty soon. It's going to depend on everything I have. And it scares me. What if that decision doesn't go in my direction, doesn't go in my benefit? It's, you know, to face the life with being slapped around so bad. But yeah, I'm hoping that that she gets the VA and the Social Security disability and everything. But it's sad that we have to fight for that. You know, it shouldn't take much to be able to prove that you need the assistance. You shouldn't have to jump through so many hoops and humble yourself so desperate. You know, just to.
Yeah. If you want a gun, people will jump through hoops to get you a gun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Get your food stamps. Well, you know, fill out this form, that form, and whatnot. It's you know, it's hard enough that when you're in that position, when you don't have enough for anything, and how you have to humble yourself and ask for help. It's not an easy thing to do. You know, it's not so much a pride thing; it's your own dignity that you question sometimes. But it's why we all have to work so hard for this, is because that shouldn't happen. There should not be a single veteran anywhere that's homeless. You know, in my book, that's, you know, these are the people that stepped up, put their name on a check, that were willing to give it all for this country. But when you're discharged, baby, you're just another person in the street. You know, there's so many. I say it all the time. The people walking around you, you have no idea what their story is, and it is so hard to watch somebody judge somebody. Oh, look at there, they got food stamps all the way. I can't do that. Kiss my ass. You don't know the backstory. You don't know the pain or the suffering that anybody has gone through in life, and so when you can, you reach out and you help as much as you can when you can, and we're all better for that.
Right on, John.
You know, it makes us a better person when you're concerned, when you have that empathy within your heart. You know,
if we don't have empathy, what use are we?
Yeah.
What good are we?
You know,
we're just shit throwing monkeys.
Exactly, and we're more than that. Mom and I it's gonna remain in my head forever. Me and Mama just watched all of the episodes. We finally got through it of Catch-22, the new release of Catch-22. Excellent movie, and a lot of scenes in there. But this one quote from that movie, it's gonna stay in my head. The two guys are talking. One is, I can't remember their names anyway. He's flown so many missions that he knows his time is coming up. When you're in a bomber like that, and you have to keep going back to over a target, and you know that you're watching the plane next to you get shot down or stuff, a lot of pressure, and worried about it a lot, and fretted about it. And they had this other character in the show that he's upbeat every day, just, you know, hey, let's go, you know, it's going to be great, you know, we'll come back tonight, we're going to go do this, we're going to go do that. And they had a discussion one time. Anyway, the line is, the happy fellow was telling the sad fellow, he said that life is just like that. The difference is, he said, you sad, die. Me, happy, die. It doesn't matter. Nobody gets out of this world alive, baby. And it's kind of how you look at life a little bit. I like to think that I try to look for the silver lining. I like to keep on the optimistic side of the street, the sunny side of the street, whatever. But you can't blind yourself to what's on the other side of the street. You know, it's I don't know. I ramble. It's what's in your heart, man, baby.
In order for civilization to work, we have to get along.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how to put it any.
It's how we started.
You and me have to get along, and you have to get along with people who live next door. We everybody, all 9 billion of us have to learn how to get along, or we're all fucked.
And wouldn't it be nice if that could happen? You know, John Lennon's song, Imagine. If you could just imagine. No wars, no countries, none of that bullshit. No political parties, no religion, no nothing. Just a world of peace. And you know, we all, you know, especially of our age, there's so many of us that love that song just for that thought. That what is it going to take to get to that point? I don't know. You see it in futuristic movies, you know, in Star Wars or some shit, where we're all towing the same line. Doesn't matter what planet you came from. Well, we can't even get along with the people on our own planet, much less explore space somewhere else like that shit. But, the thought is, there's two thoughts. As long as there's people working for that, there's a possibility. But we always have to remember, and I always remind people, that so long as there's one cockroach on this road, on this earth, he's teaching his little cockroach, his sin, his daughter, whatever, his little nasty thoughts, his bigotry, his hatred. So it is a fight that's going to go on forever. Because, as everybody knows, even cockroaches survive a nuclear attack. They're going to be around. People that hate are going to be there. It's the people that have the love in their heart and the empathy and the care for their fellow human being. That's what's going to make our civilization better. That's what's going to advance our whole damn planet, our whole society, everybody in it, just like Mitch said. It takes all of us, but it's not going to be easy, and it's going to take millennia to get there. But we have to toe the line as far as when our time here is, our lifespan. We do the best we can with our lifespan before we hand off the baton to the next generation. And that's the way it's been since the dawn of time. It's how we formed our civilizations. I love reading about the Crooked Devon and the Neolithic period over in Scotland. It's something that I've just attached myself here to lately because they have a big National Geographic thing in the bathroom, and I read it every time I go in there because I just love that shit. But it was how that civilization, when you start thinking about Stonehenge, these monuments that were erected by a society for some reason, and it delves into what we are today. They formed a civilization, protect themselves, and provide for each other. They realized it then, we realize it now. But now we have shit thrown into the pile. Not that it hasn't been before. One clan met another clan. Oh shit, who are they? I don't know. Throw a rock at them. Next thing you know, you got a war. Well, it's no different now, except we know who we are. We're dealing with different religions, different belief systems, and all that shit. And it's that old thing. If somebody has the idea, my God's better than your God, and let's go to war over that shit. So, how do we ever get out of that? I don't know. But we have to keep progressing towards that ideal of peace on earth, goodwill towards man, baby. If we could just keep that going, besides just Christmas, it would be better for all of us. But again, I digress. I ramble on. So, crickets. Oh shit. Somebody say something. I'm hanging right here.
You're on a roll, man. You're doing great.
I was about to say.
I'm thinking, oh shit, I done lost everybody.
You have my complete, absolute attention, John. You were doing all right.
Well, it's.
Yeah, you ever think that maybe when you go on these rambles, everybody is just listening? You know what I mean?
Now I feel guilty for not saying something.
Yeah, really. Thanks for making us feel guilty for listening. Jesus.
I don't take myself that seriously. I really don't. Who am I? I said that all the time. Who the hell am I? I'm nobody, baby. I'm less than nobody. But that's the point. Even nobody has a voice. Every nobody has a voice. And it doesn't take a somebody. It just takes a heart, a compassionate heart that is caring about it enough to be able to go, hey, that sucks what you're doing. You're a dick. Don't do that shit. It's shit like that pisses you off. And now we're seeing it on a grand scale throughout the country. Ever since this man come on, we've seen all sorts of cockroaches come out of the woodwork and think that they can get away with saying anything or doing anything. And it's costing us a society.
Really quick, before we got about 30 minutes left of the show, and I want to hear some of the opinions that this individual has.
You read my mind.
He always has great feedback and very interesting perspective on the United States.
Who's this asshole?
Aussie Dave.
Oh, well, there you go. Says it all. How you doing, Aussie Dave?
Awesome.
Mate. Australia here.
There you go.
Come in America.
Yeah, we're here, baby. We got you all loud and clear, Dave. How's it been going?
Where do you want the bombs dropped? In the White House, the Pentagon?
Yeah, wait till he gets back. Wait till he gets back.
Hey, no talk like that.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. Over here, at the moment, we're hearing about Hillary.
Hillary? Oh my God.
Hillary.
What's she in the news
Hillary
for?
and what's his name? The old FBI director.
Comey.
Comey.
Yeah.
Apparently, they've got some information on these guys that's going to send them to jail.
That's going to send.
I mean, when
Hillary.
When are they going to give up? When are
They're
they going
not.
to give up on Hillary?
They're not. Not until they lock her up. That's their war cry, baby. That's their chant. Lock her up.
What are they trying to say? Are they trying to say that because Hillary's a naughty girl and guilty of whatever that they may find, it's okay for Donald Trump to do what he's doing?
Yeah, that's just your mantra.
It's the fact that Donnie knows that she whooped the shit out of him. She beat him in the election with the popular vote, and that pisses him off. And what I am afraid of is this push that he has had here lately, and he has an attorney general that's willing to do this shit, and that's to go out there and start trying to dig up one little old kernel of something that you can use to throw at the Democrats. And it's just ridiculous, you know, how to what degree they're willing to go to try to protect this man. But it's not going to work, Dave. It's not going to work.
And they're obsessed with her. They're obsessed with Hillary Clinton.
Yes, they're
They're obsessed with AOC. They're obsessed with Omar.
Yeah.
They're obsessed with Taib. It's embarrassing. I mean, about them. I mean, then the Democratic Party gives it.
That's all they have to sell. That's it. Yeah.
It's like the Republicans, and it's obvious when Trump speaks, but they always seem to shift the blame. They're shifting the blame. Don't talk about me and what I'm doing.
That's right. He tries to project. Everything Donnie does, he tries to project onto somebody else. That's where he's come up with this whole bullshit about how the investigation got started, the 13 angry Democrats, Mueller's an angry Democrat or whatever the freak he says. You know, it's all bullshit, and he tries to make that stick somehow. And
what gets me is this English reporter. Did you see the interview with the Sleepy Lizard, Kushner?
Yes, I did. Or I've seen part of it.
Now, that reporter was good. He pushed and he pushed and he pushed the point. And Kushner was really in an awkward place.
Yes.
But it showed Kushner for what he is. But why don't the American reporters, when Trump says something, they say, hang on, no, that's not right.
Yeah,
Mr. Trump, that's not right.
I wish more reporters would call him out on the spot when he just calls out. Just lets a bald-faced lie come out of his mouth. Somebody ought to say, "Mr. President, that's a lie, and would you please correct yourself?" That's what needs to happen.
You don't need to go to the Columbia School of Journalism to know to call someone out on a fucking lie. And they're scared. They are scared of. They're scared of losing access. Because access is everything, JB. You understand that, right?
Yeah. He's already tried that. He's tried to limit reporters' access to. He did it to, the guy on CNN. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Tried to take his credentials away. But you don't. It's the limiting of information coming from this white. You don't see Sarah Sanders giving a daily briefing. You don't see her for shit unless it's out in the parking lot somewhere in the driveway with some little dribble that comes out of her mouth. She's not holding presidential daily briefings and all that shit. I mean, for the press, they're trying to. You don't see them on. Hell, the only station you see Donnie on is Fox. That's it. You don't see him anywhere else. It's propaganda. It's all that side is.
He's turning. Look, it's almost like, well, it's what a dictator does. I mean, it takes the credibility away from the media. That's what he's doing. But the credibility is being lost to the media by the reporters not having the balls, because they know they're right in saying, Mr. Trump, why didn't you front Mr. Mueller? Or Mr. Trump, why didn't you this? Or Mr. Trump, you made a statement about these figures here. In actual fact, these are the real figures that we get from the Department of Statistics, whatever it may be. why are you stating these incorrect facts, or can you correct your facts? No, they let him say things, and it goes through to the keeper.
There's nobody calling him out, in real time. It's after they play the clip on the news, and then they'll point out, well, that's a lie. So yeah, I wish they would call him out. Throw a shoe at him.
That's it. Well, I mean, they can't lose their press pass because they're asking questions.
Well, Donnie wants them to. He tries to, but unfortunately, the court stood up and said, "Bullshit, you can't do that." So yeah,
that's right.
But that's how come that's how come they're not having the daily briefing anymore, because of that. Because Sarah Sanders can't stand up to the pressure of so much bullshit coming out of her mouth and her getting called on it. She can't handle that.
The judge said you have a right to ask questions. Mm-hmm. That is your job. That's what you're there for.
Yeah.
If you're not offensive, he should answer the questions.
Yeah, well, we don't have that.
But they let him get away with it. They're giving him a license.
Yeah, and the more they let him get away with it, the more it happens. That's
yes.
It's not only our journalists, it's our politicians. You hear so many of them come up when they're being interviewed. Well, I wouldn't call it a lie, maybe a misstatement. No, bullshit. Call it a lie every time he says it. Because that's exactly what it is. And he does it. I think even today the news pointed out the big lies and the little lies. It doesn't matter what size the lie is. Oh, it's a fake news that there's protests in the UK. It's, anybody in their right mind can go look at the blimp, and there's the Donnie sitting on the toilet, the thousands and thousands of people holding signs, but no, it's fake news because Donnie said so. And it's just how much of that shit are you going to allow yourself to believe is the question. And nobody in this family, nobody listening to me right now believes any of that shit. But there are people on the other side that think, yeah, Fox News is all they watch, baby. That's what their whole world is. And
I'm waiting
I don't know.
I'm waiting for one reporter to say, Mr. Trump, if you supplied your tax returns and made a statement to Mueller, this would all be over. Why aren't you doing it?
Yeah.
One question.
Well,
question.
I think they have asked him that, and his standard answer is, well, he's under audit, and there's not a lawyer in the world that would tell their client to release their taxes while they're under audit, which is a bunch of bullshit. It just goes to the depth. He's not going to show his taxes, his school records, his bone spur x-ray, or any freaking thing else that has to do with Donnie. And it's just off limits, and he expects the world to accept that. And it's bullshit. The longer it takes to get his tax returns and everything, what do you got to hide, buddy? He keeps telling everybody he all clean and squeaky and all that shit. Well, then what's the problem? There is the problem, though, because he's a money launderer. He's a crook. He's a con man. And he knows it, and everybody that works for him knows it. So at some point, that comes out. And then what do you do when you're done burning the bridges, baby?
We're not even getting into the fact that he raped the...
No. 13, ain't that right? Something like that? I'm telling you. There's... Well, that's another. We have a crook in the White House. We have everything that you can think to call him. That's what he is. That's what's in our house. That's what's over in UK representing us. Him and his little maggot family are over there. It's on your dime, by the way, and they appreciate the hell out of that, I'm sure. I don't know, baby.
Who's paying for all these people to go over there? The English or the Americans?
We are, baby. American taxpayers.
So you're paying for the family holiday.
Yeah, betcha.
They do. They did what they call expense. And what's going on isn't that what's unusual is for a president to attend a state visit with his grown adult fucking children. That's weird.
Yeah. Now weird, if what's his son's name? Bannon. Oh man, look at that fan. Went, that would be fine. Nobody would have anything to say, but you're right. Eric, Ivanka, all of them, are you shitting me?
Imagine how Barron feels.
Yes, Barron, that's his name, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's not there. You stay home, Bill. It's...
He's either going to grow up to be a
I'm afraid what he's going to grow up to be.
The funny thing about that is the Queen invited Trump and malaria, and then they brought their whole clan.
Yeah, the invitation was only extended to those two.
Did I just hear that right? Malaria?
Yeah, melanoma.
Yeah, I heard
malaria,
that.
Well, she's a disease, so
yeah, I've never, I haven't heard that one yet. So I was like, wait, malaria.
I'm sorry, I don't cut her any slack.
No,
that's the thing of beauty, man.
That's I think I know who she is.
She makes you hot and sweaty.
Yeah.
Do you see this? I'm not sure if you looked over, John, but I just found an article. I was just opened up a browser, and the Border Patrol agents are taking medications from immigrants after they've already been cleared.
Border Patrol is confiscating migrant kids' medicine, U.S. doctors say. Now, ain't that some shit?
And it's not like it's medicine from over the border. It's from like
here
from
a station that they've
charities and humanitarian efforts.
Yeah.
I just thought this would be a good time to bring some important up.
What's
the
that?
Same people who stayed in the room upstairs for me yesterday.
Yes, sir. Yes, Mitch. Are they
just
back?
want to put that out there.
Yeah.
You cut out, Mitch. What?
I said yesterday there was, I assume, children running back and forth. Like I have like a room, so it's kind of long and skinny. It's like a shotgun. And these kids were just running back and forth for like 45 minutes. And that's what kind of induced me my rant yesterday. I figured, I'll distract myself. I was like having a meet. It started off by me having myself about whether I should like call the desk, and I'm thinking like, and of course Julie gave me a hard time. Because I didn't, but at 10 o'clock, there was perfect silence. Yeah. And I said, that's okay. I have children too around. I'm sure they woke other people up and disturbed other people.
Yeah.
But it was pretty funny. But yeah, they're back.
Well, they're back.
They're here tonight too.
It's not 10 o'clock yet though. See, so you.
No. I'm smiling.
Yeah, you got 45 more minutes, Mitch. Don't worry, Bob. You can handle it. You can handle it. I'm sure you can. Anyway, yeah, that's. I noticed that's the first part of your rant. That's what you was talking about, and I thought, oh, I've been there, buddy. I've been there.
I've heard lots worse.
Yeah, I've heard worse. I've heard worse. Kids is fine. It's that couple next. Have you ever been next to a room that has a couple in there that's fighting? Holy shit! Oh man, are you shitting me? Nobody's trying to whisper in that room. It's screaming out loud, all sorts of nasty shit. Yeah, well, I bet they all knew about your blah 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 whatever.
Dude, the best is the fight and fuck. You know what that is, right?
The what?
That's when you go at each other.
Yeah.
Like verbally abusive.
Man, I'm telling
you. Into rough sex.
Yeah.
That's like, oh my God.
This. Yeah. Them days is gone, Margaret.
It would be good to be in the room next to Donnie and Melania then.
I know.
Dave, you didn't have to go there, but you did. You did.
I did.
You did.
I did. And it's
so now I have Melania's voice in my head going, but Donald, I can't find it.
I'm still pissed off about fucking who was it who brought it up? Stormy Daniels. Freaking what is it? Toad from Mario, Super Mario
Brothers.
Mario Mushroom.
Yeah, fucking poor
ruined
Toad.
it for him. Ruined mushrooms for the world.
When she said that, I wondered, does that mean it's like tattooed to be spotted like that too?
Wait, it's a what now?
Did he get it tattooed so it's spotted like?
Oh no! Stop!
Oh,
Stop! No!
I was just wondering if Roger Stone's going to go get a tattoo of Donnie's face right above Nixon's face.
While we're speaking of Texas, I just see this come across the wire.
What's that?
Texas district fires teacher who tried to report undocumented Trump on Twitter. In other words, I haven't even read the story, but I can tell you, in my imagination, this guy tweeted to Donald Trump that there were undocumented students in his class, and he ended up losing his job from Amon Carter Riverside High School.
That's sad.
Somewhere in Texas.
Well, student records are confidential.
I see it.
Donnie's gone.
Yeah,
Donnie's all locked away.
Really quick, before the show wraps up for the night, we want to welcome Velda to the call. How's it going, Velda?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you very much.
There's Velda. Glad to have you, darling. Everything going
Glad
right?
to be here.
Well, there you
We'll
go.
be showing up Velda.
No, I've been seeing your post here lately, too. Been watching you, Velda. I'm watching.
Thank you.
Got my eye on there, baby. I'm watching.
I hope I've sent you some good stuff.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Man, I'm telling you. I lost my thought.
Don't do that. Not toward the end of the show. Not toward. I
got distracted.
We got like 10 minutes left, and you're blanking out.
When does Trump get back to the USA?
Don't remind
day after
us.
Tomorrow or something, I think.
That's not high on our priority list.
Yeah, we're all trying to forget when he comes back. Maybe we're hoping
What
he
day
forgets.
would you like him in Australia for a while?
Yeah, really, we'll send him over there too.
No.
Actually, it would be nice if the plane just broke down and they couldn't leave.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, gotta fix it over there. Yeah.
We've got a nice airport in the middle of the country. That's a lovely place. Everything that moves out there will Kia.
There you go. There you go. Sounds like a good place for him. I wish he'd go somewhere. He's going to come back here. The air will stink up again, and But have no fear. He doesn't have to be here. He can tweet from anywhere, and that's his life.
That's no way to talk about the.
Oh man, I'm telling you, the Twitter president. That's what we have.
To be fair, though, the air still stinks because even if Trump's gone, Pence is still here.
Pence is still here.
We can't forget that shit.
I'm
McConnell's still here. Graham is still here.
What was Mnuchin going over there for? Why did Steve Mnuchin, Secretary of Treasury, go on this trip?
That is a good question, isn't it?
What the hell business of this is his? I'll tell you what it is. His wife is British. So she wants to get those photos, those images. Look at me, I'm at Buckingham Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am with the Queen and the royals, and it's a bunch of bullshit. On our dime too. On our dime.
It's almost like this man has taken everyone to England with him that could bring him undone if left alone in America.
Yep.
It's almost like he's taken them all with him to keep them undercover, under his control. If he leaves Mnuchin here, whatever, in America,
I think they're just all out partying on our dime. That's what I think this trip was. They loaded up the whole clown car. They just saw an opportunity. It's road trip, baby. It's government expense trip. Let's go.
Sarah Sanders on that.
Yeah, Sarah Sanders there. Oh, Kellyanne Conjob. They're all there. Steve Mnuchin, though, he's Secretary of Treasury. What the hell is he doing? You could slide with Sarah. Said, "Well, she's my press secretary." Yeah, if she did any of that crap, she would be, but she don't.
No, she.
And Kellyanne Conjob, well, she's Donnie's mouth to protect him from everything that he says. But Steve Mnuchin, I don't see a freaking reason why that man should be over there. It's just a gedunk trip. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's just like a big bender, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is, baby. It's just going over for the pomp and circumstance. They want to, rub elbows with the rich and drink the champagne and all that shit. Now,
I can just hear this out of Queen Elizabeth's name out of her mouth.
Yeah.
God, what'd that create? What a clusterfuck.
Yeah, I mean, what a clusterfuck.
Yeah, I was being nice tonight.
Y'all see his tuxedo?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What does it make you think of?
That's
exactly what it looks like. He's a dick. That's what he is. He's a dick. And that's what his little outfit makes him look like.
That jacket.
A bag of flour.
Yeah,
that jacket was not made for him.
No, it was not.
The sleeves are too long. The coming across the chest. is for somebody that's 40 pounds lighter and about 6 inches shorter.
Yeah, he just didn't look proper. Just didn't look right.
He looked like an overstuffed penguin.
That's exactly what he is. You know.
What stood out was a big belly.
Yeah. And that's what gives you the effect of the prick in the balls there, because that's what it looks like.
He looked like that Trumpy bear that they sell.
The Trumpy bear.
I like that.
Oh, Lord.
I like that fancy dinner they had, and the Queen did all of her talking and stuff, and then Donnie got up and had to read it from a script.
Oh, Donnie, we're surprised he can do that.
Well, yeah.
To get anything
fake
so
news,
apparent,
he can't read.
Yeah, he can't. Well, that's what got me. The Queen gave him a book. What's he gonna do with a book? Winston Churchill, World War II. Yeah, he's gonna use it for a doorstop. He doesn't know how to read.
And she really pranked his ass.
Yes, she did.
You know what she gave him? She gave him a copy of the version, Winston Churchill's History of World War II.
Yep. Here you go, Donnie. Read this. No, he ain't gonna read shit. Yeah, she's making fun of him. I think she played it well. So, but it's easy to do to him. It's easy to do to him because he's just so open to ignorance, that you can just peg him on all of it. So, I don't know. We got a jackass as a president. We need to get his ass out, people. That's the main process here, baby. Is our work to get this man out of our house. Because look at the conversation every time we get together, what this shit goes to, what we're subjected to.
Can I ask Dennis a question?
What's that, Jen?
What Facebook page is the get together info on?
I just linked it in YouTube and in Discord.
Yeah, the link is truncated in YouTube. People can't use it.
Is that for the meetup?
Yes.
Yeah, we'd like to try to see how many people we might be interested that might be able to make a run into San Antonio. I know Jorge Tirebiter is up not too far from there. Maybe we could get him in. As many as we could possibly. I would just love it.
If y'all are listening, just try searching Blue Dot San Antonio Meetup.
Yeah.
And it's a closed group because we didn't want it to be flooded with people that we aren't sure are coming. Yeah. So it's just for people interested in coming down.
Yeah. So we can legit plan.
Yeah, we want to make a plan. Got to make a plan, Stan. So we could all get together. I'd love it. I'd love it.
Really quick before we call it a night here, did we talk about the Republican signal that they may block Trump's tariffs on Mexico?
Who? Oh, the Republicans are not happy with this shit.
Yeah.
The Republicans, they said they might try to, Mitch is having a hard time trying to keep up with Donnie's bullshit. But yeah, the Republicans in the Senate are not too happy about this tariff shit. Because we get so much from Mexico. And again, who's it going to hurt? It's going to hurt us. That's the part
it's hurting us now.
Yeah.
It's hurting us now.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Next thing I know, my Dos Equis beer is going to go up. I'm telling you. It's a sad
the
world.
Republicans
I guess it'll be
are fighting back. Sorry, Dennis.
I'm sorry.
The Republicans are fighting back now with the Republican senators that are thinking twice. So the ones realizing that their constituents are going to start giving them shit about the price of things and how their farmers are struggling.
This is eventually going to turn around and bite Donnie on the ass. It's exactly what it is. But it's part of what we all have to do with turning the Republican senators against him. You have to keep putting the pressure on those senators. And that's what the hearings in the House are going to be about. That's what everything's about, is making those Republicans stand up.
Call your Republicans. Call them.
Call anybody.
Call them, complain.
Yeah.
And say, where's your dignity?
That's a good one. Thank you, David. Thank you, Dave. Where is your dignity? Where's your integrity? That's what I'm asking Michael Cloud, my district man, my congressman. Where is your dignity? Where's your integrity? Because he ain't standing up saying, hey, Donnie's lying about this, that, and the other. Hell no, he's hiding. He's hiding just like the one before him, Blake Farenthold, did. He's got an office up there in Congress, and that's all he does is try to hide, stay away from the cameras. That's his job. Shut your mouth and stay below the radar, and you might be able to stay there. That's the way they want to play it. You know, my congressman, and a lot of them are like that, I bet, across this country. You know, that don't have the courage to stand up and say jack shit. They're in it for the money, baby, and that's it. And that's the ones we need. I see where Eric Olguin, I think he's going to try to make another run here.
Go,
because
Eric.
Michael Cloud got elected in on a special election, so he's only going to serve the 2 years. So in 2020, my district could back up for grabs again. I think Eric Olguin is going to run again. I've seen him doing a lot of activity with groups and stuff that he works with, and he's staying out there in front of the public eye, and I hope he runs again. We need that young progressive voice in our district here, and I hope he does. But anyway,
really quick before we go, just a quick headline, and I want to see if anybody can relate to this. I feel like this is very important because it relates to me and probably a few others out there.
What?
Big headline.
Big headline.
Man decides to keep a box of cables he's had since 2002 for yet another year.
Box of cables.
Yeah, don't you know you have that box of cables under your bed? That looks something like that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
What are these cables for these computers from back in the 90s?
No, I have a whole box of them under my bed. If you need one, you go into there and pull it out and see if there's a cable in there that fixes whatever it is. I have chargers.
I got a box.
I do. Yeah. I have chargers for weird things. I don't know what the hell it charges, but I can read the milliamps on the back of the charger, and well, it says this phone needs 6.4 whatever. Oh, look, here's one. Make that work.
No phone needs those chargers anymore. It's all USB.
You don't know. Could come to the apocalypse after the war and all that stuff. We'll have to be. We'll all be MacGyver. We'll have toothpicks and cell phones that we'll be able to contact Mars with and shit. Don't worry about it.
Contact Mars.
We got. Hey, I heard Alex Jones say there's a base on Mars, man.
Stop bringing up that fucker's name.
Man,
Jesus,
you, dude,
I hate that dude.
Strip that wire and turn the copper in for recycling.
That's it. That's it. We're gonna have to make do with what we got. But right now we have to make do with the knowledge that you have in your head right now, baby. It's the most powerful thing in this whole damn universe. It is your ability to use your voice in the vote that we have to correct this bullshit, and it means everything. And so the more voices that we have, and I encourage Mitch to use his, Dennis to use his, Richard Anderson, Leo Sahaki, Randy Kervin, Tim Cormall, Bob Kincaid, all the voices out there that are trying to do something to raise attention and to keep the message going. And because this is all worth fighting for, baby. We either fix this shit or we lose everything. And I don't want to lose everything, man. I'm towards the end of my life.
Forgot Andy.
Yeah. Oh, Andy Paguda, too. Andy's going to get company pretty soon. Should be. Deborah Gerlach has been traveling. She came here first, visited with me, and she went up to see Randy Kervin, and then she went over to see Leo Sahaki, and now she should be showing up over at Andy Paguda's house pretty much, and I'm sure she'll be entertained by Andy and his family over there. So our Blue Dot family gets around, baby, and that's what this meetup up in San Antonio is. We'd like to try to get as much participation as we can. Maybe go up and find us a little barbecue or a little something, have a margarita, and we can get together in person and bash Donnie, man. It'll be so much fun. So y'all try to get involved in that if you can. We want to thank all our, I did it right, all our Patreon members over there that see fit to donate the $1 a month or more to Patreon to keep us going. That monthly check really helps keep this house going. And for those that donated so much tonight, we really appreciate that. It keeps us on the air and it keeps us going. It pays the bills. And without it, we'd be in tough business nowadays. So we want to say thank you to all of them. But always remember, it doesn't cost you a dime just to lend an ear and to spread that message around, baby. So, but we appreciate those that give. But if you can't, baby, that's fine. And the family grows, and we're all in this stuff together. So, anybody else got something they want to say?
Oh, I wanted to give a shout out to Kerry for his sports.
Yes.
YouTube thing, but he didn't. I can't find his link.
I sometimes forget Kerry because he does sports talk, and it's not up in my head. Normally, I'm thinking about political. But yes, Kerry Weimhammer. Weimer. He does his sports radio show out of New Orleans, my old stomping grounds. And so, yeah, we enjoy his voice, too. So it doesn't always have to be about politics, baby. It could be on a lot of shit. And
I'd like to shout out to my twin sons, Adam and Eric.
Adam and Eric.
On Thursday, tomorrow. Oh my God, day after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow.
I cannot believe they managed to graduate. Good God, they certainly tried.
Outstanding.
They certainly tried not to, but yeah, they did. They actually managed to pull it off.
They're going to get it done, huh? Boy, howdy, miracles never end, man. I'm telling you. That's great, man, baby. We're proud of that. We're happy for you, then. That's great.
So we are through. We are through with the public school.
Yeah.
I never have to speak to another guidance counselor again as long as I live.
Get off my grass. Get out of here.
Catch y'all later.
All right, Mitch. We appreciate Belda so much for y'all coming by.
I'm going to have a shout out.
All right, go ahead,
everyone's
Dave.
Having a everyone's having a shout out. I've got to have a shout out. And I'm going to shout out to England.
The UK.
Donnie.
There you go.
For England.
You're in our thoughts and prayers, England.
Well, I want to thank them all for coming out so boisterous in their protest of Donnie. We appreciate the support over here, baby.
It makes us feel good because we're not alone. You know, it's an incredible feeling.
It's not just us. Everybody hates his ass.
They don't automatically think we're all like him. So,
so on that note, I guess we'll call it an evening. Thank you so much for allowing us into your ear this evening and giving us the time to listen to us and to be involved in the conversation and the comments and everything. So we really appreciate it. And I want to say good night to everybody. And we'll head over to the green room for a minute here and talk to everybody over in the green room. And for our Blue Dot family on Facebook, on YouTube, on Periscope, we appreciate you coming by. And I'll be doing a rant tomorrow, and then we'll be back here for another Blue Dot family meeting on Thursday. So y'all make sure to come by, drop in on Discord, and say hello. And in the meantime, y'all take care.